All right, so we got a viral story in Canada. So we got viral articles, we got memes, we got all of it. And it's coming from this article from CTV. Canada's 100 highest paid CEOs broke new compensation records in 2022. Report. Basically, the article detailed this. I have no problem with this article, by the way. CTV says 100 highest paid make this insane amount of money. 100 highest paid average 14.9 million, up from 14.3. Regardless of what you read, the reason for this is not because of capitalism, it is because of inflation. The profit margins, if you really dig, which I challenge you to do if this sort of thing interests you, and probably don't do it if you're not interested. But the profit margins don't change. And in many cases they went down. But the actual revenue goes up, so the profit margin is the same, so the profit will as well go up. And since these payouts are almost always based on shares and stock options, naturally the value of the stock is up. So if you gave someone 100,000 shares that equaled 14.3 million, that same 100,000 shares is worth more. It's just simple economics. And I'm no expert. That's just very generic, obvious 101. Anyway, it ends up being $7,162 an hour, 246 more times than the average Canadian worker makes. And I'm seeing the graphs being shared by all these pages, and that's where I have a problem. I mean, I don't really have a problem. Say whatever you want. But people are saying this is what the average... They keep saying the average CEO. This is like a game of telephone in kindergarten, how the message gets twisted as it goes through. It's not the average CEO. And I don't know, people do this all the time online, whatever. Should be free to share it. But the problem is when people who have a higher due standard of correct information don't. That same January 2, because the article went viral. And of course, these types of politicians are going to participate in the virality and they want to, be relevant. No problem there. But he lies, or is so misinformed to the point where it's pathetic. Like, it's just blatant misinformation. I think this guy is mis and disinformation, because misinformation, he's giving the wrong... Disinformation is the wrong information. Misinformation is, I think he's doing it intentionally, because he's smart enough to have read the article. Or maybe not, I don't know. The average CEO, wrong. The average of the top 100 Canadian CEOs earn in one shift. His tweet is the average Canadian CEO earns in one shift what the average worker in Canada makes in 1 year. Wrong. That's a lie. It's the average of the 100 top CEOs earns in one shift what the average. Well, you get it. Where this is funny to me is it's just obviously politics. It's not reality. Here's reality. Here is the average salary of a business owner in Canada. It is an average of $75,000. That's it. I found another website that said 80, but I can't really verify where this info comes from. I think this might be salary, I'm not sure. Anyway, StatsCan information shows 75. So, that is, that kind of takes away the ability of the story to go viral, would it not? The average, by the way, average income in Canada, this is post-tax. So 75 post-tax. You know what the average salary in Alberta is? Actually, this is what the hell is this? Median after-tax income of families and unattached individuals. So a single person. Okay, so family and single people average income post-tax. Oh, that's pretty good. Alberta, 77 grand. Notice how it's the most conservative province with the highest salary. Interesting. Anyway, 77. The average worker in Canada will still make a little less than the average CEO. The CEO beats him by 4 figures. That's not worth an article. That's not news. But it would be at least informing people, hey, a lot of businesses fail. Business is hard. And we've all heard the stories. I mean, if you watch the news, or if you read the news even, right on CTV, they have stories of of restaurant owners paying themselves less than their minimum wage worker. So, obviously Jagmeet's not going to steal from that guy, but man, what a greedy capitalist pig. I'm a capitalist, but this guy is on the dark side of capitalism, man. He just wants to take, take, take. Look at his solution. Read about his plan to crack down on excessive CEO pay. The indie people, look at this. I will combat corporate greed and outrageous CEO pay by taxing large companies that pay their... Actually, pay their large company. Actually, he doesn't really have an accent. Pay by taxing large companies that pay their top executives at least 50 times more than the average worker. So he's just going to tax more because that works every single time. Awesome. Good job. Do it. Do it. Anyway, I guess the point is, if you see the 246 times, it's wrong. No, the reality is it's more like a 1-to-1. That's misinformation for you. It's 1-to-1. People like to get their news off Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, and they read the quick headline because they couldn't be bothered to do any digging. Anyway, that was about it. Let's just for fun, let's see what some of the numbers are here. The average CEO's pays rose by 4.4%. Meanwhile, inflation, aka government, rose by 6.8% last year. And we know how they calculate that inflation. It's not accurate. It doesn't reflect home prices or the price of groceries. So even these greedy, quote-unquote, CEOs cannot keep up with the government's greed. Interesting. The richest guy is somebody by the name of Doyle. Patrick Doyle. He's the guy who owns Tim Hortons, Burger King, and Popeyes. Made $151 million 2022. Nice. Second coming in at $99 million, and the third coming in at $36. Look at Canada. We don't have that many mega rich people. Like in the United States, they have a lot of mega rich people. Not in Canada. There's like two. There's two of them. And then the rest are just rich. Anyway, don't believe everything you read on the internet. That's it.